Hey everyone, Rick, the Static Nomadic, here in Quartzsite, Arizona, working on my suntan. This is awesome. The weather is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. You know, I've rolled off 4,128.7 miles since I left to Phoenix. You know, and I made my ultimate destination, which was Quartzsite. You know, I've had a lot of interesting breakdowns and malfunctions happen during this trip, but ultimately the trip was awesome. I have seen some places and done some things that I just truly enjoyed. Did I miss out on some national parks and a lot of attractions along the way? Yes, I did. And that was strictly due to finances and various other restrictions and things that I had to deal with. The funny thing about this whole trip is it has been almost solely guided through necessary repairs. That's what kind of blows my brain, is the route that I took to do what I did was not the route I planned on in the beginning. I went into Colorado to hook up with some friends, and that's when I discovered the exhaust leak, and it was really I don't know, it was guided by repairs from that point on. It really truly was. But hey, that's the uncertain road, right? Expect the unexpected, prepare for the worst, and hope for the best. Anyway, by the time I got out of Phoenix traffic and got moving along, the furthest I made it was to Salome, Arizona. And I stopped at a Zip truck stop. And at that point, man, I was done. I was just done. I was wore out. It had been a long day getting the tire, everything else. And fighting the traffic, that was the biggest end of it. Fighting the traffic out of Phoenix. So anyway, I stopped at the Zip truck stop and I grabbed a pizza. And I gotta say, I didn't think I was gonna like the pizza. It was a thin crust, New York style pizza. But I actually liked it. Now, the peppers on here are mine. They didn't offer peppers, but other than that, it was actually a really good pizza. So, little overpriced for the size, but still a really good pizza. After all, it is a truck stop. Everything's overpriced at a truck stop. So anyway, I ended up spending the night there at the Zip truck stop, and spent the better part of the next day uploading the last video that you guys seen. And then I eventually moved on to Quartzsite, which, like I said, was only 23 miles, but by the time I left the truck stop and got into Quartzsite, it was still getting pretty late, and I had to find a spot. So I came out here off of Plamosa Road and found me a nice little area here on BLM land. I have to say, it was really strange coming through Quartzsite, though, and not seeing all the big rigs, all of the side-by-sides running around, all of the people, the gem show, the big tent. It was very, very interesting coming through and seeing quartzsite for what quartzsite is in the off-season. Now, granted, I'm here, several weeks early for the season. And I came here early, because I did want to see what quartzsite was in the off-season. It's interesting. It's very open, very, desolate, I guess, would be the best word for it. But it's also beautiful in its own way. I mean, it really, truly is. Again, like I said, leaving southern Utah, I love these open areas. This is what I crave. This is what I enjoy. I don't like being cramped up with a ton of people around me. That bugs me. I just don't like that. If I said that this trip was expensive, that would probably be a massive understatement. Like I said, I didn't even get out of Fort Walton before problem number 1 happened. And then, of course, I had the exhaust happen. I had the shifter happen. The list goes on. I will get into that in a later video as far as the expenses that I went through on this 4,100 mile trip. There are a lot of ways that I could have done better on my expenses, and I will also get into that on another video. But overall, it was a great trip. I enjoyed spending time with my folks for their anniversary, and I actually stayed there way longer than I thought I would due to shipping and everything else, but it was awesome staying with them. And the one thing I'm going to say is make sure and tell your loved ones you love them a lot, because tomorrow is not promised. Today isn't promised. Peace out, people.